Wagwan everybody, UFC flyweight Ode Osbourne, the Jamaican sensation here, and today we're gonna break down one of the biggest fights of this year, Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria. The majority of people I talk to, they've said that Max Holloway will win. As a matter of fact, I did some digging, I did a little research, and I looked up how many UFC fighters have Max Holloway winning. Here we go. Diego Lopez, Sean O'Malley, Stephen Thompson, Conor McGregor, Sean Strickland, Brian Battle, Israel Adesanya, Gerald Meerschaert, Alexander Volkanovski, Angela Hill, and Justin Gaethje. Now let's see the athletes that I could find that said that Ilia Topuria would win. It's a long list. Raul Rosas, Yusuf Zalal, Matt Favela, Nico Price. The end. The list is over. So, it seems to me like the majority of people are rooting for Max Holloway. The question is, will Ilia Topuria cancel Christmas for everybody? Either this man is the next best and biggest thing, or Max about to, unfold some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Which we don't know until we watch the fight, guys. We have no idea. But I can tell you this, man. This fight is gonna be epic. Me don't even know. But I do know I wanna do a breakdown on it, all right? I wanna do a little, compare and contrast, cause, we need to figure this out, all right? Cause there's been a lot of questions. This is one of those fights you call in to work sick for. I'm not gonna lie, I'm calling in to work sick for this fight, okay? Because first of all, let's forget about the fight for a second. Forget about the fight. The press conferences and the interviews, the face-to-face.
All the time say the same. I don't need to say anything.
What? Speak, bro. Come on, bro.
Wow.
I like to show up, and that's what I do. I show up every time. October 26th, I'll show up.
Yeah, show up and I'm gonna do the rest. Don't worry.
Wow! Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria is talking that sugar, spice, and everything nice. I think Ilia Topuria, when it comes to Ilia Topuria, he definitely has that boxing pedigree when it comes to his striking. You can see where there is holes in Ilia's game where he does overthrow those hook punches quite a bit because he's trying to kill you, you know what I'm saying? Whereas, Max tends to land more. He's a little bit more precise with his striking, but Max, I don't think, in my opinion, has the same kind of effect when it comes to power as Ilia does. The thing that separates Ilia from Max, in my opinion, is the grappling effect. Ilia is a black belt, and if you guys go back and watch that Bryce Mitchell fight, Bryce is a damn good grappler, man. I can't knock Bryce. He's a pretty good grappler. Will he grapple against Max? I don't know. Max's footwork is incredible. If you watch the fight against Justin Gaethje, the way that he moves left, he moves right, then he goes forward. He's never stationary. He's always pumping the jab, moving his feet, pumping his cross, 1, 2, 3, moving his feet. So Max is kind of all over the place. So he's very, very hard to get a hold of. It's not about if Ilia takes him down. It's about, can Max get up and escape if Ilia takes him down? That's the question, you know what I'm saying? And will Ilia resort to the takedowns, because we all know that man ego is up, it's up and it's stuck. You know what I'm saying? If y'all listen to the commentary between Ilia and Max, again, man, Ilia talking that spice.
I don't have any doubts that I will be the first one to knock you out. And I don't even want you to trust in that, because if you're starting to trust in what I'm saying, you don't want to show up, and I need you to show up in the fight.
Wow.
So either way, this fight is going to be great, guys. I just want to see a good fight. I think if it comes down to it, if Ilia decides to grapple, I will have to hedge towards Ilia, because there is that wrestling, grappling pedigree that he holds. He is a black belt, man, and he's slick. I think Max has more creativity. I think he's way more creative. You know, he's throwing in volumes and numbers. He's going to hit you with 4 and 5, like I said before. But I think Ilia is a little bit more of a technician where he's like right down the middle. So we know that Max Holloway has an incredible gas tank, right? I think that's how you do it. You know, you drag him into deep waters, which is the 4th and the 5th round, and you drown him. You hold him underwater and you don't let go. You know what I'm saying? And Max has the capability to drag you underwater and hold you until you drown, because he is coming with that 5, 6, 7, 8 combinations. You know what I'm saying? We have questions. How is Ilia's gas tank in round 5? If the fight goes to round 5, how is he going to handle, you know, the volume of Max Holloway? You know, we have questions. I want to know these things. But we'll never know, honestly, until the fight goes. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Max Holloway versus Brian Ortega, and he looked phenomenal with Brian Ortega. We've seen him with Calvin Kattar. You know, he showed really, really good boxing in all of his fights. Actually, he shows phenomenal boxing. Even the fights that he's lost to Alexander Volkanovski, Max has shown that he can fight and he can hang with the best. His hands are clean. Max Holloway isn't the guy to miss with, meaning you can't overthrow with Max, right? Because he will make you pay. If he makes you miss, he's gonna make you pay. Can Ilia hit Max? You know what I'm saying? Because if he finds that he can hit him, I think the fight will go bad for Max because of how dangerous and how powerful his striking is. When it comes to Ilia Topuria, it seems like no one has been able to solve this mystery. You know what I'm saying? And we know the fan favorite is Max Holloway. Come on, that's obvious. I'm pretty sure Ilia is the favorite with the betting odds, but the fan favorite is Max Holloway for sure. The way that they're talking to each other is crazy, man. But I'm here for it, guys. We all love a good entertainment, okay? So I'm all about it, all right? All I'm saying is for both guys, keep that same energy, man, because I cannot wait, all right? Saturday night, it is going down. Max Holloway versus Ilia Topuria live in Abu Dhabi, guys. Tune in. UFC flyweight Ode Osbourne, the Jamaican sensation here, out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Ode Osbourne, the Jamaican sensation. And if you like my content, please let me know in the comments and I'll be bringing you a lot more.